Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Free Readings SPT Live this evening. And it's lovely to be back with you. And I'd just love to know how you're all doing. And just to say, I've been away a couple of days from my little boy. I had a break, and do you know what? It was just so good to get away, but I missed SPTV. I did log in when I was away to watch Karen and Nick and catch up with all you lovely viewers because I miss the family environment. So, and I also, as well, while I was away catching up, I even had a look at TikTok, and there I was on TikTok. And my little boy thought that was amazing because, of course, he could then watch the host on TikTok. He could also watch his mummy on TikTok now, and like Natalie, like you'll meet Natalie later when you're on going. She's becoming more like she's part of the family. She started her journey here publicly, and again, her kids are TikTok as well now, and they're all loving that we've got SPTV on TikTok. TikTok, I love it. So that was me in Madrid there the past few days. My little boy logging in at each opportunity and logging in through the app as well. Anything just to get a bit of attention. But I've missed you guys. So the concept of the show, as you know, is how I break down mediumship, but it's also about teaching as well. Part of the teaching will be reading live, and we would love some of you viewers, but also ideally developing mediums to come in as well. Now, as a developing medium, when I work with my students, I do have a Mary Poppins moment, all love and light, and then we go to Nanny McPhee, all love and blight. Okay, so and basically all that means is, yes, I can be a strict teacher at times. However, if you're not strict and not logical, I'm more logical in anything, then you can have a tendency to run away with your own mind. And i.e., the best thing I can give you from experience is I hear a lot of people saying a robin out there would be a sign from dad. Now, first I'll look at the logic and I'll tell my students that. Is it the time of season for robins? Why is it always dad that comes through as a robin? Okay, so that's where I come in logical sometimes, and then we'll say, but if it's out of season and it's something really significant, maybe to your dad's passing, birthday or something, then yes, I would follow that as a sign. Or a feather comes from heaven. Does someone have a feather jacket on? So this is where we look at mediumship, but dispel the myths as well that are out there, which is a good thing because it only encourages your mediumship, and making memories as well encourages that. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Maureen in now. You seen Maureen last week for you guys that saw her last week. That was her first time live. Now, Maureen has been a student for a long time with fantastic tutors. Now she's with me. And this will be her second time live. Now, I would never put anyone out there either that has never been live, that's never done platform, because we don't want to dun anybody's confidence. And again, that's the full concept of this show. We will never dun your confidence either. So I'm going to bring Maureen in, and then okay, and we're going to quickly say our hellos. It'll be great to say hello to everyone again. And then we're going to start doing some readings, and we're going to break it down piece by piece. And ideally, I pray a development medium comes in tonight. Now we're putting it out there. Okay. So, hi, Maureen. Good to see you, my darling.
Nice to see you. Nice to see everyone.
How you feeling?
Wonderful. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Good, good, good. And are you ready for this evening?
Oh, yes, dear. Yes.
Good, my darling. Well, let's do some hellos now, Maureen, before we get started. And there we have a John Frost, Shamanic Healing. Hi, John. Hi, Terry. So that's my thing. Hi, Terry. Okay, and Mel Dean. Hello, Mel. How are you this evening? Good to see you.
Oh, hello, Laura.
She's got her glasses on, everyone. Hi,
Yes.
Chris. Hi, lovely lady. And I met Chris just one of the times on SBTV as well, one of the first times. So hello.
Hello, Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi, lovely Karen. Samantha, is that true? True? Natalie
Oh,
Buckley. Hello, Natalie. You're one of the regulars. And there's our lovely Christine. Hi, Christine.
oh, hi, Vicky. Hello,
Hi,
Vicky.
Vicky.
Hello, Greg.
Hey, Greg. Hi, lovely.
Oh, there's Jasmine. Hello, Jasmine.
Hello, Jasmine. Lovely photograph.
And Emma. Hello, Emma.
I love your photo. And oh, Carol Jimson. Hi, Maureen, but not
Oh,
hi,
Carol
Clara.
J. Hi,
Mm.
Carol J. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim. Okay, now that with the questions started, can you please tell me who your spirit guide is? Oh, hi, Shaniza. Okay, and hi, Tracy Boyle. Hi, how are you? Oh, bless. That looks like a sore one in the photograph there.
Hello, Susan.
Hi, Susan. How are you? And we have Anne Iva. Hi, Anne. How are you? And I do love the portrait. Melvin Peters. Good evening this evening. How are you? Deborah
Hello,
Clover.
Deborah.
Deborah, how are you?
Hello, Rachel.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to say another couple of hellos, and then we're going to start going into doing a reading, and we're going to break it down bit by bit. As well, before we start reading this evening, now bearing in mind when we're working, it's what we call blind reading. Okay, so we don't see anyone, we just work with every sense we have. And it would be the same as, quite interestingly, when you start off platform, we then get taught to focus on something so we can learn to keep our eyes open and work with our senses. But then, ironically, through exercises, we start putting blindfolds on. Now that's a bit back to front, however, it works. So when we work in psychic TV, we're actually blind. So we're more or less, we do have like earphones in. We do have a blindfold because we can't see you. We can't see anything until you come on Zoom. And when you do come on Zoom, which we would love, then what I would love is when you come on Zoom, then we can do the reading. It's more intimate, but also a big part of reading for our clients as well and sitters is we must gauge with you. And the reason we must gauge with you is because we have to make sure you're comfortable with the reading. If you're becoming emotional, then we have to make sure you're okay, just like a nurse, a doctor, psychologist would do. We have to make sure you're okay, a member of customer service in the checkouts. You always gauge with your client or your sitter. And the reason being is cynics out there would say it's cold reading. Well, I would beg to differ. It's not cold reading. You're just looking after another fellow human being. And we have seen some people get emotional. Now, we would be cold to keep going ahead with a reading and not checking someone was okay, because by that point, sometimes we would have to stop the reading, okay, because they may not be ready for us to keep going. So we have to think of someone's mental state of mind by that point. Okay, so that's just a little caveat if you ever wonder why we're double checking. And it's something we should do because ethically we should be ethically bound, and we are. We're also bound by every practice by law. Okay, guys, so that's why we do that. It's not about cold reading, but we want to make sure you're okay. So what we're going to do is we're just looking at some of the names now, and when we're ready to read, and Maureen at the moment, what she's starting to do is link in, what we call link in. Again, that can be just I would call that killing time. Okay, it's just words. It's become a mantra when people say link in. We're just getting ready to work. That's all. We're quieting the mind for 2 seconds. We're clearing our mind, but we say link in. Okay. And Maureen's doing that at the moment. She's watching the names scrolling. When she knows she has a communicator, so that's from the unseen world, the spirit world, she will start giving information. She'll know who she's drawn to, because what happens with Maureen, and like most mediums out there now, I will not say all mediums, but I am one for starts and numbers. And when I listen to most mediums and I'll start writing numbers down, you'll hear most of them say their heart starts racing. Now, I call that a quickening. Okay, and that's when you know you've got who you should be with, who the link is, especially when you're reading blind. When you're reading face to face, you still get that if you're in a church, a centre, or on Zoom. You know when you're not with the right person, and most of my students do, and we do, because we don't have that heart thumping very quickly. And I can put it as an adrenaline hit. It's the best way I can put that. Then we know we're with the right person, because then we've actually linked. Okay, so Maureen, if you just continue, you're ready, and then just start running with what you have. And I'll link in with Maureen. And when I say link in, being a student and a mentor, we should be able to see exactly what our students, developing students, have, who they have, what they have, as opposed to just leaving someone reading on their own. That would be good practice, and it would dump then our students' confidence, and it would dump Maureen. So let's show a bit of support for Maureen this evening again, and let's see Maureen on her journey. Okay, and yep, let's do some shares, get on TikTok tonight, and let's get going. And Maureen, are you good to go, my darling?
Yes, dear. Thank you for the opportunity to serve Spirit. It's always an honor to serve Spirit, and I thank you for the opportunity. I know that I'm aware, and I'm very drawn to Claudette and Vicky, but I do know I have a man stepping forward, and he's stepping forward with the bravery. I know this soul did a brave act and saved someone. I have the essence of being on the sea. He rescued someone. So I'm understanding that this man saved someone from a drowning, but he wasn't able to save himself, and he did a brave act. And I also felt a strong presence of the name Garrett. I kept hearing the name Garrett, but this man that I feel is connected to Claudette, and I know that she understands. But it's a male that did a brave act of saving someone. So I would love to connect with Claudette. As I have the essence, if she could, come on Zoom, that would be wonderful. But I know that this man comes forward with a lot of emotion, Claudette, and I'm going to go slow and check in, but he's strong, he's here, and he showed up, and he's so brave. And I know it would have been a newspaper clipping, so I'm going to stop right there and see what Claudette can understand of this soul that I'm working with, a man that did a very brave act in saving someone.
Thank you, Claudette. And Claudette as well, while Maureen's waiting, if you would like to come on Zoom as Maureen's asked, and as well, if you can come on, then it's more intimate. If not, then if you could just click yes to what you're validating. Yes, I can take the man. Yes, I can take the situation, because then it helps us, and it helps the viewers as well. It keeps the viewers engaged. There's nothing worse than nobody being can't get engaged in the reading. Now, would you like to come on Zoom? The link will be down there. And if you can type fast, let's all type fast. Okay, and Maureen, if you can keep reading at the moment, give another bit at the moment, and we'll wait and see if Claudette can come on or she can validate.
Yes, I know this man is very strong and very brave as he steps forward, and he would have had a sense of a purpose. He was always generous, always helping others, and he was a man's man and someone to be proud of. And I know that the family would still have the newspaper clippings, and I looking in his wallet, he's very generous as the day is long, and he would help out any soul, and he would step up, because I'm hearing Billy, don't be a hero. So I know he also connects to Billy. As I harmonize in the essence of him, I just know that he's just stepping forward just to show bravery and support and encouragement for the family. I know they are very, very much proud of him. They miss him. And it's just, he's rather unforgettable to do what he did. What he did was a selfless act of heroism, and he had aspirations.
So we've got Claudette going to come on, and Claudette, what I'm going to do is we're going to there is a Zoom link if you can click on the Zoom link, darling, and then we'll get you on. And as well, what we're going to do is break down a bit more of the mediumship with Maureen when she'll start explaining how she's working. And because we know about the act of bravery, and we'll touch on that a bit. Okay, the Billy, will go back to Billy, so don't worry about Billy, because that will be William as well. And I want to say this would be a friend of the family, because straight away I'm linking in with Maureen. And this is part what we do in our mediumship. When you can't take the name, then what we would do is we would explore that. And this is where pregnant pauses and mediumship come in very handy. They're not handy. That's the wrong word I've just used. I would say important. And listening skills are very important, because then we will get that next piece of the jigsaw as to why the Billy. Now, and I hear a lot out there that, well, that person wasn't telling. Again, I will say that's not the case. And I would actually call that a cop out. Okay. Right, okay. The link for Zoom's in the chat. If you can just click on that, Claudette, that would be lovely. Okay. And just when we're breaking down the mediumship there as well. Right, okay, we're going to keep going now. When we're going on about the Billy there, and you can't take Billy or William, I'm going to put that to the family. Okay, this was round about the family and round about the young boy who passed over through the water done the Hero Act. Okay, I also want to say as well, now I'm not going to say, I'm going to put this out there. When we can't take a name, I'm hearing a lot at the moment people saying, well, healing must be going to that person. I'm actually going to dispel that there and then and challenge that. The reason that can't be the case is, why would healing be sent to someone you don't know? We could bring down neighbours' doors or someone at work, you don't know them, and suddenly you're walking up to them saying, hi, Billy, do you need healing? That's not the case. It's up to us as the medium to place that. So we'll go back to that in a minute. In the morning, can you come back in with the story, darling? You're communicating. There you go. She knows William. So there you go. We've placed the Billy there and then Billy
Yes.
and William.
Yes,
Okay.
Claudia. As I'm working with him, I know that he just steps forward to give encouragement to the family. I know that you were a friend to the family and gave a lot of encouragement. And this man is a hero. He just has a strong essence. And as soon as I heard your name, Claudette, I could feel the essence of the love building in him. I know that he has siblings, and that he is thought of in conversation all the time, and they still have the newspaper clippings. And I feel as though the family got an award from him for his bravery, and you would understand that. And excuse me, but I'm like working live, so it's a little bit different experience for me. But I do appreciate that this soul stepped forward, and as soon as I saw the Claudette, I felt the essence of this brave man. He comes through with gratitude and to express that many people stepped up for his family and lent a hand and encouraged the family, and they had full support of the person that he saved. And there's an extreme amount of gratitude. And I'm also seeing a plaque that they have, and it was like in bronze, and it was a plaque, it was a tribute, and you would understand that. And I just know that he comes forth with so much love, and so much love for his mom and the family. And I'm just very appreciative of knowing that this soul stepped forward. And I feel hand over hand, Claudette, that you are a good friend, and that's what he appreciates, and that's why he stepped up this evening.
Well
So
done, Maureen and
as well.
Claudette. So sorry for your loss. And there was Maureen as well, explaining how her mediumship works as well. And that's again part of when we're developing, when I'm working with my developing mediums. is mediums need to know how they work. So we have all the different Claires, and Maureen was working with what we call the emotions, how she feels and the feelings. So that was a Claire sentience. She was also working with visions. Okay, and the visions is what we call clairvoyance. That's straight into your mind. Okay, so think of a memory, Winnie the Pooh. Everyone can probably see Winnie the Pooh in their mind. That's straight into the unconscious part of the brain. Okay, and hearing, she could hear the song Billy Don't Be a Hero. So Billy Don't Be a Hero was clairaudience. That was again, you're all probably singing the song, or Dolly Parton, Jolene, you'll start singing Jolene. So there we go. I can make it even better for you all. Let's all sing Baby Shark. So with the head, it goes in your head. Okay, and that's how mediumship works. And part of that is stripping down mediumship to the bare bones when we start. Okay, in development circles. Now you can call it an open circle if you like. Open circles are more or less the same as awareness circles. However, when I'm breaking down the mediumship, I will still step in, because I will never let a medium run away with something that maybe isn't right for them, isn't right for the communicator, the sitter. But it can also maybe get into their own mind and be dangerous. So that's why I work in circle. I do a free circle on a Thursday night, and I also have my Tuesday night closed circle for developing mediums. Now, with that link there, Maureen gave, it was emotional, and that's what we need, the emotions. We can all sit and read as if we're reading off a piece of paper. We're not reading off paper. However, starting mediums doing, there's nothing wrong with that until they find their feet. And then we gently nurture that away and let them work with it. Now, without further ado, thank you so much, Maureen. And that's Maureen's first reading tonight again. Well done. And it just shows how, again, she just linked in. Just like that, we do it. I'm going to bring Natalie in, because I've all been watching Natalie. And Natalie, this was her first live ever on Psychic TV. I can safely say, well, Richard as well can safely say she's part of the family. And it wouldn't be the same without Natalie here as well. Okay, and Natalie and Maureen are in the same circle, and Natalie helps guide the students as well. 2 years she's been, and now she's here. So Natalie's going to do a reading as well. So without further ado, we'll bring Natalie in. Bring her in at the same time. Yeah, yeah. Right, sorry, I'm just working away. And
Hello.
here we have Natalie. Hello, my darling.
Hey,
Hey, Natalie.
hello, Maureen. That was amazing, that reading, by the way. Well done.
Thank
So,
you, Natalie. Thank you, Spirit.
and that's what you hear Maureen saying as well. We are working for the other unseen world, the spirit world, the unseen world, whatever you want to call it. And because they are the spirit world, they are unseen. We can't see them, we can't touch them, we can't feel them, but our mediumship works through the brain and the senses. So we do have that part of sense and touch through here, but objectively, like that, can't touch them, okay, or see them. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do another reading, okay? I'm going to get Natalie to read as well now. And again, it's showing the different styles in mediumship, but how we work for the same thing. And we're actually not working for us. We're working for the unseen spirit world. And again, we always thank them. Again, what we will hear as well is when we do our mediumship, we have to take accountability if we can't place a link. And I'm very big in that. And this is where my students call me Nanny McPhee. Okay, because we never hear someone saying, spirit world were rubbish. We'll always hear they were great when we get yes, yes, yes. So we have to take accountability when in mediumship we maybe get no's. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with saying, I didn't get that right. I'm going to fix that. Okay, it's
We're only human.
to be.
We're only human. We get it wrong. We get it wrong sometimes.
We do, don't we, darling? And even as an experienced medium, I get it wrong, but I'll always say I'm not with you, or you know what, give me a minute, let me get back. because it doesn't feel right.
Yes.
So without further ado, what Natalie's doing at the moment, while we're chatting away and Maureen's sitting there smiling, waiting patiently. Okay, now, so I've just seen a comment for Patrick, not always unseen, and normally I don't get into these. However, unseen, and we could get into that, Patrick, as in, what do you mean not always unseen? Because we can see objectively in the mind. Children can see objectively standing apart, but can they touch that actual object then? So is it seen in the mind's eye, or are you talking seen physically with eye, where then you could have that conversation one-to-one? Would that make sense? Because now you've got my head going.
So you started, Clara.
I love I do love these discussions, because that's part of mediumship as well. Everyone has a different experience. Okay, that's fantastic. And how do you see them, Patrick? Do you see them like you're seeing you and I, like you can then sit next to me? Would you like to come on and do a reading, Patrick, and work with us tonight? I would love that. And I'm sure that's an Irish name, Patrick.
He's spitting it now.
I'm sure that's an Irish name. Is that Patrick Monaghan?
It sounds like an Irish name. Yeah.
So we've got the two Scottish and one American. Patrick, are you coming? At the moment, where we're really seeing Patrick, if you want to come on or not. Natalie, could you link in, my darling?
Yes, I am already linked them.
Natalie's take it away, sweetheart.
So I do have a lady with me here. I do feel like this lady is grandmother. She's making me feel very grandmotherly. I do also know that this lady would have passed. I want to say she was a good age. She was a good age. And I want to say her husband would have passed before her, because I feel like she was left on her own for quite a bit. I want to say a few years that this lady was left on her own. I do know there's something to do with a black and white photo of a gentleman, a young gentleman, in an army costume or suit. Because she's making this very clear to me. It's a black and white photo of a young gentleman in an army suit. And I feel like this gentleman is possibly the grandfather, but I want to say this photo is still here. And I want to say this photo is placed on a wall. But I also do know that this lady, she was like I feel like she was very soft spoken. She was very, very proper when she spoke as well. I feel like she spoke quite elegantly. I am actually feeling like I do have an Irish link here as well. So I'm not sure if this is to do with Patrick, but I have got an Irish link here. Because I'm just seeing the cover.
We've got Sarah McGeechan now. Sarah's another one of my students. Funny enough, I seen her the other night live when it was in Madrid. Sarah, can you take all of that? Sarah knows how we work. It must be all of it, not little snippets. Right, Jennifer, Sarah, who do you think you're with?
I'm not sure.
Give a bit more, darling. Give a bit more.
I do feel like this lady, like I said, I do feel like this lady was on her own for quite some time. I do feel like this lady did lose her mobility, because I can see this lady being quite bedbound. I can see this lady stuck in her bed. I do want to say this lady did pass in her sleep, because she's just making me aware she slept quite a lot at the end. She slept quite a lot at the end. The last few days she just slept. And
can I come in with you? Do you see a walking aid at all, Natalie? Because I can see a walking aid here.
I could see a Zimmer frame.
Well done. Well done. So the Zimmer got to be there. The Zimmer, we call that in Scotland. Elsewhere, a walking aid.
What else would you call it?
But that's a Scottish term, remember?
Yeah, I know. What else would you call it?
A walking aid.
Is it just a walking aid?
Yeah.
Right.
Right, so we've got Vicky and Sarah. Let's see how you feel, because this has got to be the nugget now. And Sarah would know this, where I teach, we've got to get the nugget, and Natalie is well aware.
Yeah. So I need to know if you can all take the fact that this lady was on her own for a good few years, because I do feel like the gentleman, this lady's, well, grandfather would have passed before grandmother. And she's made that very clear to me that that would have happened. I do feel like this lady's wedding band is still here. It is still here, and I want to say it's in a jewellery box
Nicola.
along with the rest.
Right, we're going to boil this down to 3, and I'm actually going to say this as well. We do not have split links. I hear this quite a lot out there, split links. We don't have a split link as in we can split the person down the middle, but the information can be split as in parallel information. People can take the same. So then as mediums, we find the nugget.
Jennifer.
Okay.
I do feel more drawn to Jennifer. Just
Why
because I'm getting the feeling that the army link ran down in the males in the family. So I see it passing down in the family. And I want to say somebody on the earth plane at this moment in time is either training to go to the army or is already in the army, because I feel like somebody's going on that path. Somebody's doing that path.
I think it's Jennifer, because
Jennifer.
I've got the heart racing now. Do you have, when you said you think it was Jennifer, what made you think that?
It was the last name. I was drawn to the last name.
Right, Jennifer, do you want to come on? Because my stomach, not my stomach, my heart started racing, and normally that's the quickening. Jennifer, could you come on now? I remember seeing Carol's name, but at the beginning, I remember seeing Carol. You could take some of it. We need every piece to be able to be taken, and this is what can actually stop a medium from running full comfortably with the story, and what we call in the flow, blending with a communicator. Because what happens is someone can say, I can take that, but I cannot take that. Then what happens is
that's fine. That's fine, Jennifer, if you can't do so.
Let's carry on with the reading then.
I'm going to carry on. Yeah, I'm going to carry on. I do feel like this lady, she was...
Yes, Jennifer. It was a nice start.
Right, thank you. The air cadets also. Do you know what? That was going to be my next thing that I was going to say. Somebody was in the cadets. Somebody was in the cadets, because I did get that cadet link, and I got that because I know my son used to be in the Sea Cadet. So that's how I knew there was cadets somewhere. I do also feel like this lady, I feel like this lady's smile could just light up a room, bless her. I feel like she had such a lovely essence about her. I feel like she was always there when you needed her. And she always had something good to say as well. I feel like this lady, this grandmother, she was all about the pride. All about the pride, all about the praising. This lady always, every time you seen her, she would say something good. She would say something good about what someone's doing. I could see dancing here, and I'm not sure if this is Highland dancing, but I'm seeing dancing here. So I do feel like someone on the airplane would have or is doing Highland dancing, because she's just showing somebody dancing about here as a young child. I am seeing bagpipes as well. So I'm not sure why I'm seeing bagpipes, and I feel like this was possibly at someone's funeral. I feel like there was bagpipes played at someone's funeral.
And what else takes us to bagpipes? We have the Edinburgh tattoo, and the Edinburgh tattoo would be in the month of June.
In the month of June, yeah.
In the month of June, then we've got to go to the month of June, because that comes into Gemini as well. I can see the 2 fishes, but it's not even fishes. But I can also see as well, so we do have an anniversary coming up to the month of June. Okay, because that takes us, that can open up from your bagpipes.
Yes. Right. Thank you, Clara. because I definitely felt like it was some sort of anniversary passing type thing.
Well done.
I do want to say as well that I'm not sure if this lady had a few falls before she was properly bedbound, but I could see this lady having a head injury. I can see grandmother having a head injury here, so I want to say grandmother would have, there would have been a significant injury to grandmother's head.
Thank you for the validation, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Go on. Keep going.
Yeah, and I want to say this was quite a significant bump to the head, bless her. I do feel like this lady knocked herself out, bless her. But I'm also getting roses as well. So I do know that this lady did love her roses. She did love her roses. But I'm also getting carnations as well, and it's yellow carnations I'm seeing here. So I do know yellow carnations were around at her funeral because she's putting them around her funeral. What's that word? The ceremony. She's putting them in the ceremony, bless her. I know I could picture where I was seeing them, but the word was not coming out there. It's the ceremony. I also know that this lady would have been a great collector of things as well. And when I say a collector of things, I want to say she would have kept little ornaments here. And I'm seeing little ornaments of, I'm not sure if it's horses that she's showing me here, but it's like there's about 3 of them. There's 3 horses. There's 3 horses here. But I can also see the china cups as well. So I do know grandmother did like the china cups as well, because she's showing me these. And I
What's
want
on the china cup? What's on it?
I was getting there, Clara.
See, Nanny McPhee tonight, viewers.
I was getting there. Right, I'm seeing china cups here, and I want to say there's a gold rim around these china cups. There's a gold rim around these china cups here is what I'm seeing. And I want to say there's plates as well. There's plates as well, because she's showing me the plates as well. She had the whole set. The whole set. But I want to say there's something significant about a teaspoon.
What's your time?
Yeah. Yeah, there's something significant about a teaspoon here, right? Because she's handing me a teaspoon, and I want to say this is a proper like teaspoon, and it's got like some fancy design on the end of it.
Yep, and there's a little thing that sticks out. Well
Yeah.
done. Well done.
Yeah, I don't know how to word that, but yeah, there's a significant teaspoon that somebody would have.
It's
That
engraved.
somebody would have. But I will leave you this lady's love. I want to give you the name of Rosemary, or Rose, or Rose. I mean, I don't know, but I'm definitely getting Rosemary. So I will leave you this lady's love and your grandfather's love as well, by the way, because your grandfather is here as well. But I feel like your grandmother would have done all the talking. So I will leave the love with you, and thank you for allowing me to work with yourself, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you. And thank you, Jennifer, for validating that. And that was part of the mediumship, a bit Nanny McPhee with Natalie. Now, Mary Poppins with Maureen there, and with Natalie and Nanny McPhee. And the reason is, the longer we go out there working with the public, we can pick up bad habits. I've done it myself. And then I can maybe put like toxic the china there, but forget to actually describe the china. And the best thing about mediumship is if you stick to the fundamentals and describe everything you can see, then what happens is your mediumship won't go wrong. If you don't, and that's what we call proper evidence, because you are then actually describing everything you can see, hear, feel, smell, and that will link in. That's what we call evidence. Okay, and fantastic, Natalie. And just look at the comments you got, and she's coming a long way, and her journey on here is just beautiful. And Jennifer, thank you so much for being a beautiful participant there as well for Natalie. And thank you, Natalie, because you really broke that down this time and you went right into what you could see. That is the main thing, as opposed to saying, and she had a spoon and she had china. Didn't most people?
Yeah.
So it's going that little bit further and digging deeper. So that becomes Nanny McPhee. They call me Nanny McPhee. And I was not laughing, but when I seen Sarah could take that, and I thought, oh my goodness, is this going to be my night with my students? Because she's going to be another one that'll end up getting her to read. Sarah, I know you're still out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another one again. Well, Sarah, there you go. I've just seen your comment now. Sarah,
Thank you.
Richard, maybe get Sarah on as well. Though, but we're going to get Maureen to do another one as well. At one point, I'm going to ask Richard if it's okay if we can do a card, because I've not seen Oracle cards for a while on, and we love working with them. And I'll show you how we break down the psychic part. Hallelujah. Okay, well, Richard, did the viewers hear you?
No.
Right, everyone, sorry, I was like hearing voices in my head. Okay. Basically, that's the second law of cards back, the booklet back. Just waiting a couple of bits and bobs, but we can read a card tonight. Yay! And what we'll do is when we do that, we'll be able to break down how we work with cards psychically, but also springboard and use the cards for communication with the spirit world. Now, what I will tell you as well is that when we see a sun in a card, I'm quite not an airy-fairy medium. And when somebody said you can see the sun, things are getting brighter, the future's bright. I'm quite sceptical of that, because then we would have to delve into a situation and say, why is it going to get brighter? We cannot tell someone's future, but we can tell what's in the here and now. Okay, we can give guidance with the cards, but also when I point out the sun, there's something else the sun does to people, and it burns. So there's two elements of the sun as well we have to look at in cards, so we can't always say the future's brighter. And again, that becomes a mantra through reading. So it's about breaking everything down. So they think, so we're going to do another reading now. I've seen the comment from Patrick Monahan that he sees people in front of him. He can't come on tonight, but Patrick, why don't we set a date and we're going to get you on? And I'd love to see you reading and love to be able to work with you tonight. Okay, so let's set that date. Okay, and Maureen, we're going to get you to link in. I'm going to do a bit with the girls as well, because, well, as you've seen, I will always link in. A mentor should be able to see everything, hear everything. And for you guys that are developing out there, I would say always look at your mentors. There are many fantastic mentors out there. We've got Karen Wood, we've got Neil Payne, we've got Kay Eggleton as well. And what happens is your mentor has to put their neck in the line as well. And I do it. Do I get nervous every time? Absolutely. Because I have to walk the walk and walk the talk that I'm talking. And that's why I have to do it. It's like if you're working out in the outside industry, if you've got a manager telling you what to do all day and you're not sure what you're doing, but they're talking, you then actually say, can you show me how to do it? So that's the same when it comes to mentorship. I have to be able to put my neck on the line. Well, I call it the guillotine. And I always say I'm running the gauntlet when I work with the girls. But again, that's what I believe any mentor should be able to do out there. And we have to do it because we want you to feel supported, nurtured, but also not to be left blind. And you have to feel the support. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another one. The threes are linked together. I'm going to start it off now because I know, again, I have what I feel. I've got a mum here that's coming in, okay, but a mum that comes in through, I don't want to call her mum, I want to call her more like my auntie, okay? I feel she was a big integral part of bringing up the family. I know this lady as well. In fact, I know it's an auntie, but she took more of the role of mum. Okay, I do want to say this lady as well. She passed over with what I feel was a stomach condition, and I know it came from the stomach, but it travelled through her body because I'm now doing this with my hands, and I feel I've got cancer or a blood disorder that travelled through. Okay, I do want to say as well, when I seen the red hair there, I do have the red hair link, and I'm looking at Natalie straight away with that red hair link as well. I do want to say as well, and I know the name Margaret comes in round about, but I feel that would be an auntie as well in the family. But I do, again, I want to say this is somebody's mum who then took her role as auntie as well. So this would be a big family as well, the females. And because I'm seeing quite a few females coming in round about here. I know again I'm looking down south for who my client would be, my sitter would be, but I know also when I go here, I have ties to Scotland as well. So I'm split here in area wise. Okay. So someone would have, like I say, an aunt that passed over that took the role as mum. So I want to call her mum aunt. But again, I have to stick with aunt to begin with. They would come through in the bloodline or the adoption line, what they were, and then they would go through. Okay. So I've just seen Claire Pounds, okay, and she died at Claire, would you be able to come on, my darling? Okay, because I feel now, just when I've looked at that, and I've looked at Be Kind there, what you've seen in your profile picture, because I know when I'm looking at Be Kind, this lady would be kind, and that obviously takes me to the Caroline flag. So I have to go back in time here. So this would be a few years ago, and things started a few years ago. Okay. And she's got to have took on the mum role as well. Okay, Margaret. Right. Okay. Can't be a niece. Okay, I can't see the word and give my man. Right. Okay. This has got to be the mum at the mum's side. It was an auntie more, not a grandmother. I can't make that fit. Sunday is Sunday, unfortunately. And that's another thing that we can't change a mum to a grandmother or a grandmother to a mum. Okay, for the simple reason they came through and what the pecking order was, so to speak, and then they'll divulge and say what the role was. Okay, now I want to go back to the other girl with the stomach cancer that started in the stomach and then it raised. Okay, and I do know as well, this lady as well, she was more like a sister, she was more like an aunt, and I seen the name 2 seconds ago because that's where I felt I was. Okay, I do know as well this lady, like I say, very dominant females in the family. We've got the red-haired link, strawberry blonde link, but I also know as well, I'm going down south for my link here. I do want to say as well, when I've got the lady, she spoke a lot with her hands, because funny enough, I'm a big talker with my hands, okay? Big mouse as well, just want to put it out there. Okay, but quite a bit with my hands, and I know towards the end there was a problem with her eye. We couldn't see out one of the eyes, and I want to go to the left side of my body as well, because I know I've got my numbness going down my left side of my body. Claire Pound, I know I'm with you. I know I'm with you. Claire, would you be able to come on, darling? Okay, and would you understand as well the left side in the speech? Okay, because right, okay, Claire, that's fine. And I want to go to the speech now. I'm going to ask you to type as fast as you can here with me and with the two girls. The girls are actually linking in with me, okay, and they will show mediumship a different way, but also still with your hand, okay? Now, I do want to say my speech gets slurred as well, but I feel again this was all part to do with the condition, with the growth of how it went. Okay, I do know as well, I had many a scan, but I feel as well we looked at a clot at one point. Okay, so I feel that we have to go to the clot in the brain, but I feel also at the stomach area as well. Okay, and the part of your body wasn't working. I do want to say as well, though, there was one point, now I'm taking this from a memory of when I had a brain operation, because she's shown me the memories of what happened to me, but when I'm with her. This is how my mediumship is working tonight. And I also want to say as well, though, but she did wake up a few times because she fell asleep, and she's shown me her in the bed now in hospital, Claire. And she woke up a few times to chat, but she's telling me as well she fell asleep again. It was just one word, and smiles. She's telling me that she smiled a few times. She became delirious a couple of times as well, she's telling me here. But she still smiled when she could, and the pain was managed. And that's very important that she wants to say, because I know there was a lot of machinery around about her. I'm looking at the machinery, and this is me in the room with her, and she's given me that opportunity. And I know as well there was a blood pressure monitor showed in to her wrist, and that was to keep an eye on her blood pressure and oxygen levels. Okay, now I'm going to bring Natalie and Maureen. Maureen, would you like to come in first, darling?
Yes, Claire, I know she was like in and out of consciousness, but she heard everything that was said. And I know there was music. I know that classical music was played. And I also have the essence that an animal was brought to her bed, because I just feel her caressing a dog. It was actually a brown dog that I saw. But I know that in her in and out of consciousness, when she did open her eyes, it was just the simple touch, the simple gesture of the family, and she felt and she heard every word, and it's just such a strong essence of love, because physically she was out of it, but spiritually she was there. And I know that you have her tribute from the funeral. It's a picture of her, and yes, I see about her dog. It was just very special. And I know you made the tender moments so meaningful, because I'm feeling hand over hand. I'm feeling her hand, and you would have caressed her hand. Just much, much love. And you stepped up in such a very big way, Claire. And I'm sorry for your loss, but she was such a part of her part. And I know you have a significant necklace with a heart. I saw like a heart chain, and you that I know there's still a sweater that you have that you hold dearly, and you can smell the essence of her. Yeah, because you would get like Jean Nate, and you would make her feel special, and that's what she's coming forth to say, that you always made her feel special. And I'm sending so much love to you, Claire.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Strong legacy of love.
Beautiful. And Natalie, could you?
Yeah, and I do feel like the bond between you and this lady was unbreakable. It was unbreakable, bless. And like Clara said, obviously I got the blood clot as well, but I got that because I got tinnitus in my ear. And that's what took me to my brain. So something to do with the brain. So I did get the blood clot in the brain also. But I do know that this lady, she had a heart of gold, and I feel like before this lady was unwell, I want to say you were a bit of hard work. You were a bit of hard work as a child, especially a teenager, I want to say here. Because she's taking me back, right? She's taking me back, and she's saying it was constant arguments over silly things. And I want to say as well, and the nights that you come in absolutely steaming. Well, she was taking me to that as well, right?
Natalie, darling, what does steaming mean?
So drunk, intoxicated. Intoxicated. But she says you enjoyed your childhood. You enjoyed your childhood, and that's all she wanted for you, was to enjoy that childhood. Because I feel like there was a bit what's the word? Instability going on along with your childhood. And she says all she wanted to be was that bit of stability, where you had someone that you could go to, someone that you could trust, and someone that showed you unconditional love. And I feel like this lady feels like she's succeeded in that. She's succeeded in that. She loved her parties. She was the party person. Right? I did feel like she did get involved.
Well done.
Feel like she did get involved. But I just want to bring to you that this lady is so proud of you. She's so proud of you. And I want to say she's so proud of how far you have come as well in the last 2 years, because I did realise you did say it was 2 years since she passed. But before you had said that, sorry, I did hear 2 years in my head. So I do want to say she's so proud of how far you have come within the last 2 years. She's saying something about little children, so I'm not sure if there's children around you at the moment, but she's saying those children bring light to the rainy clouds. So I do want to say that there is children running about you at the moment. She's coming through with a ring, but I don't feel like this lady. I don't feel like it was a marriage ring. I feel like this was a ring, and it was a ring that said mum. It was a ring that said mum. And I want to say you would still have this. You would still have this. But I also want to give you the month of December as well. She's given me December, and I want to say this is for a birthday because she's letting off balloons for me. So I want to say that this is for a birthday. She's also, I don't know if you would understand the name, but she's given me the name Jean. So I'm not sure if you would understand that name, but she has given me the name Jean, and I feel like this would be linked to her. This would be linked to her. Not her name as such, but it would be a link around this lady, is what she's making me feel. This would be a close friend or something of this lady.
I was just going to ask you, where are we going?
Yeah, I know. I knew it was coming. Yeah, but this lady, yeah, I feel like this lady was around your aunt/mother, bless. But I will leave you your aunt/mum's love. And I do want to call her mum though. I do want to call her mum because I feel like you have 11 children. Jeez,
Wow.
Louise. Wow.
Wow.
I've
Well
got
done.
more, and that's enough
Well
for
done,
me.
Claire.
No, well done. So I will leave you this lady's love, and thank you for allowing me to bring her to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Claire, and thank you, Maureen and Natalie. That was a beautiful reading. And thank you, Claire, and sorry for your loss. And the way we work is it's 3 different styles of mediumship, but all coming together, and how we break it down and how we came together with that mediumship to tell the story of your aunt's life. So thank you so much, and good luck with your 11 children. Well done. Okay. Right. Okay, so, well, keep you busy. No TV for you, Claire. Right, and at that, we're going to go to a break. So until Maureen can say, as Karen Nick would say, roll 'em, Richard.
Richard.
Help Spiritual Psychics TV grow our TikTok channel. Connect with us at SPTV UK. We're on a journey to reach our next milestone, and we need your help. Follow us today and support us going live. Imagine getting personalised readings, discovering your card of the day, and so much more. Don't miss out on the opportunity to explore new adventures with us. Follow, engage, and transform. Join our growing community at Spiritual Psychics TV with @SPTV UK on TikTok.
Introducing the SPTV app, your digital spiritual guide for an enlightening journey like no other. Immerse yourself in a world of audio and visual content crafted to inspire, educate, and entertain. Seek guidance with our card of the day, choosing up to 6 cards for personal insights. Enhance your daily life with our wellness section, featuring nutritious recipes, affirmations, and balanced living tips. Explore our spiritualism section for a deep understanding of the religion, its principles, and spiritual answers. Unravel the secrets of the Clares and broaden your spiritual horizon. Easily find local readers, therapists, centers, or churches with our comprehensive directory. Stay connected with live broadcasts, check our schedule, and get to know our insightful presenters. delve into the meanings of angel numbers, crystals, and a comprehensive list of divination meanings. All of this and more available for free on the SPTV app. Download now at sptv.uk/app and start your journey with your digital spiritual guide.
This Sunday from 11 a.m., Wimbledon Spiritualist Church hosts the Divine Service, with online and on-location readings.
Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Free Readings with TV this evening. Okay, and thank you for listening to the first half, and thank you for letting Maureen and Natalie share the journey, the concept of teaching mediumship, breaking down the mediumship bit by bit, but also dispelling myths and rumours out there that we hear a lot. Now, we do know there's different cultures in the world, so everywhere has an element of spiritualism, mediumship, but different names for different cultures. Okay, but again, when we work with mediumship, we like to break it down, because as a development medium, if we don't know, well, if you don't know how you're working, then you've got no hope. Okay, because when we work in, like I'll say to the girls, right, okay, how did you get that? How did you get that? That's part of teaching, because then you actually think, oh, wait a minute, this is what happened. I saw it in my mind, which would be clairvoyance. I heard it come through my mind, clairaudient. I could smell it, clairaudience. Okay, so you've got all these kind of clairs that come in. So you have to know yourself as a medium, what you're doing. Very common as well as, like I say, I'm a statistic lady. I'll take down most mediums. I'll either eventually learn if they have a male and female coming through. And a lot of them will know just with the majority of communicators, and it goes by what we call the median, the majority, the average. For me personally, females come in the right, males come in the left. And I see them in my mind's eye. Okay, I don't see them coming in my shoulder. I don't see them anywhere, but it's my mind's eye. So go to the left or the right, and then my hands, funny enough, go up. And when I'm working with the girls, when they use their hands, I'll say, work with your hands. Okay, so it's the easiest way to communicate with the least energy. And then it works for the unseen spirit worlds out there. Then we can communicate. So without further ado, what I'm going to ask Richard to do is, if he can get a card, okay, and we're going to go a bit psychic now. As you probably know as well, I'm going to explain that mediumship is only evidence, okay? Look at the psychic reading as we would say you're getting a message from a loved one saying keep continuing your journey, or they don't want you to do ABCD, but they want you to do EFG. Now, at one hand, we say they can't interfere with our lives, but then if we're given a message like that, we've just contradicted ourselves. That actually comes from us. We've then linked into you with that point, and that's coming to what we'll call the psychic. So anything about you, your life, then becomes psychic. Anything out with is just you're looking for evidence. Describe the person. What was their character like? How do you feel about them? How did they feel about life? And then we're always careful about the graphics. If we're going to get their passing, sometimes we have to get the passing to get that nugget of information that can then break down what client or recipient we're with in a congregation. Okay, now I've just seen a comment from Pamela. I'm terrified to look. Okay, so that's how we work. Okay, so there's Pamela. She's good looking, sexy, a fabulous medium. Are you agree to that? Right, Pamela, don't you start me. I know I've always knew you like me. You're getting it on Tuesday. Okay. I love her to bits. Pamela's one of my girls as well. And she'll also be joining Karen Wood in philosophy classes as well. Because again, that helps in mediumship. So it's not all about Karen, it's not all about Pamela, it's all about us. And Richard and you both tonight. So Richard, could we have a card? And the girls will work with cards now. I'm going to put it out there, and Maureen won't mind. You'll find most mediums don't like working with cards to begin with. because we're so used to the flow in mediumship, or a lot of psychics don't like working with a medium.
Mhm.
Every medium has to be a psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. And that is fact. Because not all psychics can tap into the unseen world. And vice versa. I've got Richard bringing him here and must be bored. Okay, and that's fact. And people say, well, how can that be fact? I don't call it a gift personally. And the easiest way I can break this down is I have two boys. One is mediumistic, my other son is psychic. Okay, now how could I say to my oldest child, you're gifted, and then say to my youngest child, but you're not? I call it an ability. That's all I calling mediumship fantastic abilities, whatever abilities, and we then work on our abilities. But a psychic, then some psychics cannot link into the unseen world. That's fact. Okay, and that's our job, to be able to tell them that, but in a nurturing way. And again, your mentor should be able to see that and link in with you and know whether you're on psychic or whether we're on medium. So the best thing is medium describes what you have in the unseen world. Psychic is what starts going on in your life. Okay, we can use psychic, let's use a card to then springboard into communicators. So that's a bit different. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to do that, because not all mediums like doing it, but it's something we need to do, and it's a fantastic ability because we both work hand in hand. So without further ado, now, is it Richard, do we pick 1 to 20? Goodness, I was well off tonight. See, I never seen that coming. And that good a psychic. Okay, so there we go. So number 1 is 75, and one of you girls, Maureen. Why don't we let Maureen choose?
Yeah.
Yes, number 55, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Okay,
No, I
so-
just put the number between 1 and 40. Right?
right,
Yeah.
so yeah, right. We're going to have Richard coming in and explaining it. You're going to be live in 5, 4. Always wanted to do that.
Good evening,
Three.
everybody. Hope you're doing well. Just to explain how this works with the numbers, I've explained it to the ladies about 19 million times and they're still looking blank. So how it works is that you pick a number between 1 and 75, and that would be the card in which you pick from the SPT Divine Spiritual deck, and then the ladies here will pick a number between 1 and 40, which would be the comments that I see. So for example, if I pick on number 27, and whoever's made a comment on number 27 would be the person they'll be reading for. I see all the comments in batches of 20 in a row, combined from Facebook and YouTube. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
Say yes.
Say
I'm
no.
good with you.
Good,
Well done.
good.
There you
Yes.
go. Back to
Yes.
you, Clara.
Number 28, please.
That says 21, Richard. Ah, right. No, it's okay.
See, and and the concept of yeah, and the concept of mediumship and psychic as well, that we can laugh. When we're doing mediumship and psychic readings as well, it's fantastic to have a laugh, get the humour going, because then we're free of, how can we say, inhibitions. We then lose that bit of nervousness as well, because we're light, the brain's light, and then you're just ready to flow. Whereas if you become too serious, everyone gets nervous no matter what job we do in the world. Especially when you're working with the public, it's that bit harder working with unseen world and unseen energy. However, when we're doing it this way, we love the laughter, and everyone loves laughter. And then you just go, boom, good to go. Maureen, don't look so nervous.
Yes.
Right. I
Yes.
get it now. I get it now.
That was Richard just giving Natalie another rundown.
Oh, God.
Oh, is it my turn now?
Back to you, Clara.
So Tracy, James, we're going to give you a reading and we're going to use the cards, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to get in psychically or mediumistically, whatever way the girls want to choose. Now, what I'm going to do is, since you've been watching again, Natalie and Maureen's only done this twice, this is a second time live. I'm going to put Natalie in a spot first, okay? Because I don't want Maureen getting through in at the deep end. As her mentor, that would be wrong. Okay, for me to throw her in at the deep end. It's about nurturing on the journey here, and it would be wrong as an SPTV host to do that. Okay, so she's going to get brought in softly. She's rolling her eyes here. But again, that's what it's all about, support. So Tracy, would you like to come on Zoom? And Richard, can we now see her card, please? Tracy, there'll be a link on Zoom.
You can see it, Clara, it's up.
Right, I can't see it, you can see it, and the reason being is, right, well, my wee screen's hanging over it. Yeah. Well, that's a lot better. I can see it. Yeah. There you go, guys, I've not been able to see it tonight.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so Tracy, would you be able to come on Zoom and then we can give you an intimate reading? We can make it more intimate. Or if not, what we're going to do is start running. Natalie, start running with the card.
That's
Right,
fine.
sorry to hear that, Tracy. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start running with the reading psychically as well for you, i.e. what's going on in your life, and we will springboard to the spirit. Okay, and this is for Tracy James. Okay, so Natalie, take it away.
Right, so straight away when I'm looking at this card, I do know that there's a lot of, well, there has been a lot of, I hate the word negativity, but I want to say that there's been a lot of, I want to say a lot of arguments, a lot of, you know, I want to say life's been difficult for yourself. Obviously I'm not going to open it up because I'm on a public platform, but I do want to say that there's been a lot of clouded moments is what I want to say, right? Because the clouds around here are telling me that there's been a lot of things thrown at you that you didn't quite deserve. I do know as well though that this lady standing up tall and just her feet are on the floor. I want to say you are quite grounded. I want to say you are quite, you are a strong woman, and I want to say you've fought through. You've fought through, and everything that has been thrown at you has only made you who you are today. I do know as well, looking at this card, I do want to say you have clipped those wings. you have clipped those wings, because I could just see the scissors going right through the wings. So I do feel like you have clipped those wings, and I do feel like you have chucked quite a few people out of your life that no longer are good to you, kind of thing. I do know as well, looking at this card, right? Obviously, it's funny, Clara was saying about the sun, not always meaning, not always light at the end of the tunnel. But I do want to say there is light at the end of the tunnel. I do see what I'm picking up here is something to do with work. So I'm not sure if you're working at the moment or if you're looking at a change in path of this work. But I want to say that if you're not, then I do feel like there is going to be a change in a work situation. So whether that be a promotion or you're actually looking at a different path in work, I do see you going up the ladder, kind of thing. Also,
Tracy, does any of this make sense to you? Just to quickly validate any of this, if you just write yes, this makes sense, or no, it doesn't make sense. It's just for the sake of the viewers, for the sake of us, that we can keep continuing to read. If not, then we're going to have to move on. Okay, and then Maureen can come in this link next. Or do you want me to go, Maureen, after Natalie?
No, I can go after Natalie. That's fine, dear.
Okay, my darling. Okay, so Tracy, are you still with us? Right, what we're going to do is we've got no response, peeps, so we're going to just move on to the next.
yes, it's just,
Okay. And if you can quickly validate, would that make sense in the working world? Would it make sense in your everyday life? It's just validate, yay, no, yes to work, no to work. We need that validation, and we're going to move on. Okay, because we go through these quick, when it eventually goes psychically as well, and then link into medium.
yeah. And straight away, I do have a lady. Obviously, I'm not sure if Clara's wanting me to move on to that yet.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah. So straight away, I do have a lady, and I do feel that this lady is quite motherly. I do feel this lady is quite motherly. I do want to go straight to my stomach and my chest, because I'm quite drawn to the armor on this lady's chest and stomach. But I want to say this lady, I want to say she passed quite quickly, bless her. I want to say it was quite quick. I feel like this lady was okay one minute, and then the next minute it was like a diagnosis, and then she was gone within weeks. I do know that this lady was quite a fiery woman. I do know this lady had a bit of fire to her soul. I do know she had a very strong voice. She had a very strong opinion. But I want to say she loved wholeheartedly. I feel like this lady loved with her whole heart. I do know as well that this lady, I'm not sure, I'm getting a redhead connection with this lady. I'm not sure if this lady was redhead or if there is redheads in the family, but I am getting a redhead connection with this lady. So I do know that gene is in the family. She's taken me to the month of March. So I feel like the month of March is quite significant for this lady. And I do want to say that this is a birthday. I do want to say that this is a birthday, because she's thrown balloons out at me. But I do also want to say there's a big birthday coming up. There's a big 0 birthday coming up as well, because she's handing that to me as well. But I will leave you this lady's love, and I will pass you on to who am I passing it to?
Maureen's going to come in.
I will pass you to Maureen, who will continue reading for you.
Yes, and continue on that. As I looked at the card, I saw the essence of the clouds, but they were clearing, Tracy. So things were clearing up, and I felt as though it was due to work situations and just standing upright for yourself, like speaking out to be your best advocate in the work field and in life. And I felt as though like the clouds were just clearing, and that things were being more natural, and you were like sticking up for yourself, which was very important. And as I felt that, I knew I was also feeling into the energy of what Natalie was bringing. I did have that mom feeling. It was a strong lady, that you stood on the great shoulders, that you leaned a lot on your mom. And I know this woman is in the spirit world sending encouragement. And also, what was significant, what I was seeing a wedding dress, Tracy, that you would still have your mom's wedding dress. And it had a lot of beadery, and it was, there was something that you did with a photo of it. But I was just feeling the hand of the mom, and it was just strong women for each other. May we raise them, may we be them. And that's what the card spoke to me. But then your mother was like right behind the card, just sending so much strength. Would you understand that, Tracy?
Yeah, we would love you to validate some of that, Tracy, so we know, so we can keep reading again. If not, what I'm going to do is quickly, I'm going to move on to the next card, because we need to know. Richard, thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you so much, Maureen, for giving all that information and for linking in there. And thank you for your time, Tracy. But we are going to move on to the next card so we can get a bit of engagement as well for our viewers. Okay, now, can we have a card? Is it a number between 1 and 40? Right, okay, so viewer. Okay, so can you pick between 1 and 75, please? 1 and 40.
Number
No, the
22.
viewers, the
22.
viewers have to pick between 1 and 5.
Right, so
Okay, your turn, Natalie, between 1 and 40.
it's like the
Okay.
free
We would like the number 20, 20, please. Number 20, please. Yes.
See,
Yes, please.
are we the three musketeers tonight, or the three
Yeah.
stooges?
Oh, do you know
Number-
what? If we didn't laugh, it would be.
And that's what's fantastic about the show and your viewers. It's we can all join in the humour. And yes, when we have emotional readings, of course we run with that emotion. But as well, we are a family. We are work together, and we just start running with it. And we blends, and that's what it is. It's you hear blended with the spirit world, and you'll say, "What are they blended soup?" No, it's about all your energies coming together. And she said,
Yes.
"Let's run." Oh, goodness me. Right, Mary Poppins, eat your heart out. Here we are tonight.
That's a beautiful card.
Hi, Nicola. Hello, lovely. Now, Nicola, would you like to come on? Nobody's coming on with the girlies
Nobody's come on
tonight.
tonight.
Want you to come on a girly party? And what we'll do is we'll read. Okay, so if you come on, just hit the Zoom link, lovely. And we'll do your reading for you. But we're going to start running with the reading, and I'm going to who would like to come on first? Right, Nicola, if you want to come on, just hit the Zoom link, lovely. And what we'll do is we'll start reading straight away, and straight away with that reading, what I can see is, right, I want to say as well, that is a very, very feminine lady here, okay? But I feel when I'm looking at this card as well, this is about psychic here. Okay, a very feminine lady. We've got the element of air here. I do want to say I've got a wild streak in me here, Nicola, because I want to be airy fairy in a different way. Okay, I don't want to be airy fairy in the clouds. Everything's got to be girly. I want to be a party animal when I look at this. And when I look at the swirls here, I know life has been a whirlwind at the moment. Okay, nothing's been plain sailing at the moment. That's very generic. Okay, but I do have to put it out there. I do want to say as well, when I look at the blue, we're looking at the male roundabout as well. And I want to look at boys here. Okay, now I'll be careful with that. When I look above the angel of air there, what I can see the right hand side, I think up the right hand side of your screen, it looks like an eye to me. Okay, and that eye, I want to say, at the moment you're looking at things at the moment with a careful eye. We're looking at life, we're looking at home. I feel you're just looking at all the pros and cons here, because again, her dress is swirling everywhere and I've got pros and cons everywhere and I'm not sure where I'm going. What I would say is write down your pros, write down your cons, but I really want to look at them twice. I don't want to look at them just the first time round. That even shows a horse to me, because that's like a horse's eye to me. And I want to give, funny enough, an Italian link, because I've just seen the horse's eye. Okay. So you can do Zoom, thanks,
She's
Nicola.
already on.
Oh, where are you? Right. Why can I not? Right, I've just changed my screen. It's jumped away again. Hi, Nicola. Right, okay. Now, sorry, Nicola, sorry about that, because my screen jumped again. Now, would that make sense to you? You- Right, give me a minute. I'll come back to the Italian then in a moment, because I keep seeing what I keep seeing is like the Goodfellas, Sopranos. That's what I'm watching at the moment. City thing, and I'm not a big watcher of TV. But I keep seeing that, so I want to get into that with the singing. I want to say family is everything when I break it down.
Yeah.
Okay? Because the Sopranos, when I've seen that with the eye in the picture, what I want to say is we watch everyone in the family, but we come together to keep the watchful eye.
Yeah.
And we keep outsiders out.
Yeah.
Right, okay, thank you.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Ah, right, okay. So that was a long way. And again, I took accountability for that. And that's what it's about, breaking it down. And as well, I want to say, though, you are looking at different pros and cons in life at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say look at them twice, Nicola. And the reason I want to say that is when we look at the swirl of air and look at our beautiful dress, but the ribbons are blown everywhere. Okay, it's beautiful, but they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep tight on everything in your pros and cons, but write them over twice and look at them twice. And then I feel that'll give you what we call a new set of eyes again.
Mhm.
Would that make sense? Because I want to take the emotion out of what you're going through and look at it from a logical point of view.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at home situation, especially home more than anything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, my darling, so
Yeah.
that's where you get the horsey eye to the Sopranos, to the home, to the tight home, to breaking that card down. Okay, so next I'm going to hand you to Maureen this time. Okay, are you good to go,
Okay.
darling?
Yes, Nicola. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
As I looked at the card, I felt a strong sense of a woman, meaning you, that knows what you want to do in life.
Mhm.
I sensed a passion, and the passion was whatever Nicola is drawn to, that you would go very far in all aspects. I saw some learning, but I also felt like nursing, like caring for others. Would you understand that? Like being a nurse, like not necessarily a profession, but you would care for others and be like the caregiver, the person that everybody calls. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
And that's what I was feeling. It's like, well, self-care is important in the card. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
So Nicola is like #1 priority. And I felt that. I felt that you are a priority in life. And that's why I got the a woman of many hats, a woman of many talents, and that people listen to you because you have a lot to speak to, and you have that genuine way about you in caring and empathy. And that's what I felt about you. And I also felt all the animals love you too.
Yeah.
Because the woman's skirt was like, oh, it was pressed out. And I felt as though the little animals would scurry around. And, you know, if you go by a rescue, it's like, it's kind of scary because you would rescue all of them if you could.
Yeah,
and
if I could, I would. Yeah.
I felt that caregiving, and that's and the blues and the communication, and that was important. That's what the card spoke. So thank you for
Lovely,
coming on.
thank you. Thank you.
Natalie?
Yeah, because when I'm looking at this card, right, I'm reading it from a completely different point here, right? But what I'm seeing here, right, is a lady who is strong, right, and a lady who is determined. And I am seeing this would be yourself, and I am seeing you're at a point in your life now where you've kind of you've settled for what you've got, if that makes sense. And I feel like you have had to chuck a few people out the window
Yeah.
to get to that. I do feel like all that mess that was mess is clearing, kind of thing. And I want to say that's in your mind and physically,
Mhm.
right? I want to say that it's all clearing. I want to say that's relationship, money, you know, your work, stuff like that. I want to say all of that. I want to say in specific though, for me, I'm picking up relationship, but obviously that's for you to say, not for me. So yeah, I just feel like all of that is clearing and it is becoming more of a level for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also do know that I do have a lady here, right? And I know this lady would have struggled for air before she passed.
Okay.
I do feel like this lady is a grandmother, if that makes sense.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I do feel like this lady is a grandmother. I do feel like you're a bit like two peas in a pod, would that make sense? I
It
want
could be, yeah. I've got
Yeah, I
two
want
grandmothers. If it's if it's one
yeah,
of
I
them,
want to
then
say
yeah,
you've got
we're
like
very
two peas in a
similar.
pod. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got two peas in a pod up there. But I want to say you have a child at the moment that is reminding you a lot of your grandmother.
Yes.
Right, she's doing a lot of things that your grandmother would have done. She's saying a lot of things that your grandmother would have said, and she's pulling a lot of faces that your grandmother would have
Yes.
pulled.
Yes.
Right? Your mum's, your grandmother here's saying, "Go with it. Just go with it. Take it." Right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this little girl. I want to say this is a middle child. Would that make sense?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I've got an
Yeah,
older
I want to say this is
stepdaughter.
like
Yeah, and then she's the
a
middle.
middle
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's just making me aware she's the one in the middle, the one in the
Yeah.
middle. But I want to say this child, she's a bit like the social glue. She sticks she's all together. Would that make sense? I want to
Yeah.
say that this little girl's the one that she would light up a room when she walked
Yeah.
in it, right? But she could also be very challenging at times as well. I want to
Yes.
say, I want
Yes.
to say emotionally, she could be
Yes.
very challenging.
Yes.
Right? But she's one of these ones where you can't give her a row because you can't stay mad at her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because you try and tell her off, and she's like joking, and it just changes it, flips it.
Yeah, yeah. But I want to say this grandmother though, she's very intrigued of this little one. Very intrigued of this little one because I feel like she's like a mirror of herself,
Yeah.
like her. But I do want to say that this woman's coming through with a lot of love, a lot of love. And she's coming through with a photograph. Now I'm not sure if you've had a photograph done for your mother or someone, a female in the family, but I feel like this lady has been placed with grandchildren. Would that
Yes.
make sense?
Yes, that does make
Right,
sense. Yes.
thank you, because I feel like she's been placed with grandchildren.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like there's one or two that she hasn't met. Would that make
Yes.
sense?
Most of the grandchildren she never met.
Right, thank
The
you.
great grandchildren, yeah, great
Yeah, I
grandchildren
feel
she
like
never
this
met.
photo was made.
Yeah.
And I do know there is talk or there is a tattoo for this lady as well, because she's pointing it to my tattoos here. So I do know there is a tattoo either being spoken about or there is one already.
Yes. Yeah, I've literally just got two tattoos, one from mum and one from my dad. And I turned around and said I might even get both my nans put on them as well.
Right. Bless.
Yeah.
Right, thank you. And I know you packed the number 32, but I want to say the number 32 is quite significant at the
Yes.
moment. I'm not sure why, but she's just giving me she says that 32, that number's a number that you should look at. So,
Right.
Right.
because I just stuck out at me there.
Just look at
I know she's going to start me now because she's like, "What you seeing? What you seeing?" But I also want to give you the name Elizabeth as well, because the name Elizabeth is coming through here. But
Yeah,
I
I can
want to
take that.
change it to Betty.
Yeah, I can take that. Yeah.
I want to change it to Betty. And I want to give you Marge. Did you understand a Marge or a Margaret?
I think yes, I can take Marge. Yeah.
Right, thank you. Just because it was Marge she gave me there. But I will leave you this lady's love. She's given me the number 12 as well.
Yes.
I don't normally get numbers. The number 12. So I will leave you this lady's love, and thank you for allowing me to bring her through to you.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, Maureen,
Thank
and
you.
well done, Natalie, and thank you so much, Nicola. And again, I hope that brought you some comfort.
Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, and a bit of guidance in your life, and also from the spirit world as well. And thank you, and for the viewers at home as well, peeps, that shows how we use a card psychically, but also everything that was going on for Nicola's life. We were careful how we opened it up, because obviously boundaries and ethics, there's no way we would open our life up publicly. We could do that one-to-one, okay? But as well, we went in psychically, went on about her life, but then for the medium point, when Natalie went in, then she springboarded with the card and used the mediumship side, okay, and it was her grandmother. And when she done the tattoo, and she done exactly what I would have said in our class, she went straight in, she went, and I'm looking at my own tattoo, and straight away, and that was the area where Nicola has tattoos as well.
Yeah.
So she
Yeah,
used
no economist, yeah.
use every tool as well. So thank you so much, everyone. And I hope you've enjoyed that tonight, because again, it's about working as a team. We're working for the same thing. And we're working for the unseen world, the spirit world out there. We're not working for us. Okay, it's about showing beyond reasonable doubt. We do communicate with other worlds, and then we do also as well can bring that love, that comfort. Okay, but also use our own intuition to then get into psychic readings. Okay, so like I say, I do have a class on a Thursday night. It's been running for over 2 years now. That one's 9 o'clock to 11 p.m. That's for the insomniacs, but also for people across the ponds. Okay, that one. And that's then across the pond, people jump in because it's like daytime. Then, and Tuesday night is a closed circle. That's only for development mediums. There is a waiting list for that one. Okay, and that's 7:30 to 9:30. So thank you for listening tonight. And remember, guys, we're on TikTok. So we're going to be looking about TikTok again, and TikTok. And thank you again. And thank you from the girls. Thank you from Richard. And thank you for being a team. We've got a beautiful team. Oh,
Yeah, I can see it.
okay, and we've got a special show on. Yeah, we've got a special show on tomorrow evening. It's from 8 p.m. UK time. It's on location and live. So that will give you a little clue on location. Okay, so if you can tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. UK time, and then you're in for a big surprise and a big.
That'll be exciting.
I know. I'll be there watching.
Clara's never off it now.
I know. Between that, TikTok, I'm everywhere, and like I say, even going away. It's just great that we have so much technology in this world that we can just log in anywhere. And that's the great thing about being the family, Psychic TV, and that we can catch up with each other and watch each other's shows, but also we work together as a team.
Yes.
And that's the main thing. And that's what we want. So thank you, and it's good night from us.
Night.
I feel like a news anchor tonight. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.